Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Santa's Workshop. Today's video is the first after my 3-week vacation. But this was shot like 3 days after I started my vacation. So it's a couple of weeks old. Anyways, we are going to go through the shop. I'll show you what I have done so far, what's going to be coming in the next few videos, plus some of the reasoning behind why I have decided to take the 3-week vacation. One is to mainly get caught up on videos and stay ahead of the game, which we'll see how I do. But the heat of the year is upon us, so I'm also going to have to switch my day and night schedule. Start getting up earlier in the morning to get out here to be able to handle the heat. So, stick around for the end of the video. I've got some things to tell you, some things to ask you, and just stick around for that. But let's see what all we got going on in the shop. And of course, the first thing we got up is Randy's 200 R4 transmission that come out of his Monte Carlo SS. I am going to be cleaning this up and getting it put into this frame as soon as I get my motor finished. And what I'm wanting to do with this is I'm wanting to do a comparison. A 204R against a 700R4. Now, a lot of you know that the 204R has a lower first and second gear than the 700. Third gear is the same. Fourth gear is not quite as high as a 700R4. So you're not going to get as good of top-end fuel mileage, but you're going to get some better lower-end gearing. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to put this in and drive it long enough to get fuel mileage, shiftability, track time, just to see what the numbers are. Then, as soon as I get my 700R4 built, we will pull this out, get me a new driveline made, and put in the 700R4 and do the same things. So it'll be it's going to be a long-term video, but I am really interested to see what the differences would be. But as most of you know, I've got the frame painted. I've got my coilovers from All Down America put in, Aldan, however you pronounce it. We got our new gas tank. Got to get my lines cut and run down the side of the frame rail. So, because once this body goes on, that frame rail is going to be pretty much inaccessible. I'm thinking about mounting it, zoom in here, right along that bottom edge, just above it. Have to come out and go around that bolt right there, and then run it up through there and on up to the front end, because right up there is where the fuel canister is going to be. It's got a half-gallon reserve tank for the throttle body, which I'm really interested to see how that's going to work. But we got our new brake line on. Oh, and I got to show you the rear end over here. Still waiting to hear back from my my sandblaster to get my wheels sandblasted. And I want to get some for Jim's pickup sandblasted at the same. Okay, focus. Ever since I got my phone fixed, that focus just has not wanted to work right. But I want to get Jim's wheels sandblasted so I can get them a primer as well. And we're going to be talking about his here in just a moment. But I have not yet got my rotors cleaned and ready to go yet. Come on, focus, there we go. Have not yet got those cleaned and ready to go on yet, just because everything else is going on new. I almost want to put new ones on. But That costs money. So, it's a quandary. But we got all of our parts here. We got our Yukon locker for the rear end. Here's our other brake lines, all brand new stainless. Power stop brake pads. Power stop drums. I'm going to go ahead and go with the drum rear brake setup. Here's all of our front end pieces. Body bushings. And of course our air conditioning hose, so we're going to get the air conditioning in. There's our Alloy Works aluminum radiator right there. Oh, and I've got a door skin, thank you Jason S., for the driver's side door. Matter of fact, we're going to be doing a shout out to every person who has donated to this so far. Plus, we're going to have a new link. Oh, here's the engine we're putting together. Brian hadn't been able to come back over for us to finish up the cam dial. I usually keep this covered up well, but I wanted to show it to y'all. Got a Milledin timing chain that is adjustable. And I am pretty sure we're going to have to adjust it a couple of degrees. But let's go on over here and see what else we got on the El Caballero. All right, El Caballero rear axle. It is completely gutted. Getting ready to put that Positrack in here. I've got to get in here and wash it some more. We had a bearing that was very, very dry. It was making a lot of noise. I think it was one of the axle bearings, which my kit right over here came with all the bearings we would need in the center, but did not come with axle bearings. So I need to get the 2 axle bearings and seals for the outside. Got to get these saddles here cut off because we are not going to be using that no more. Get it cleaned up and painted. And I found a little trick, and some of y'all might want to know this. If you have got stuff that is caked on to the point of where you cannot chisel it off, get you some WD-40, some Freol penetrating oil. Spray it down, that stuff comes right off. I mean, look at that. And before, I couldn't even start to scrape that. Here's our gearing that come out of it. This was a 241 gear ratio, and we're going back in with a 342 gear Positrack. Now, I want to do some quarter-mile times with this. I am not going to be launching it like a drag car. It is just going to be more of a street, fun run car down the quarter. But the old rear end did not look that bad on the inside. So hopefully when I get it together, it's going to look really, really well. Alrighty, let's go over Mr. J's pickup a little bit. I'm going to try to have the next video be this one, since I haven't done a video on it in quite some time. But what I'm wanting to do is I want to get the front clip bolted up, get her hood set back on so I can get these right here, get us some frame rails set on this thing so I can get the front bumper where it's supposed to be, get those welded up. Then we're going to have to pre-lube the engine, get it all loosened up, get it ready to fire, because I think we're going to be trying to fire it before too long. But the main thing I need to do is get that front end done, scoot this thing over here to the door so we can get it outside and give it a bath. get all the dirt and dust and everything off of it, so we can start doing body work in earnest on this thing. Get the body work going, get the front clip back off, get that engine rotating. We may try to get it started a couple of times. I need to get the radiator and everything in so we can sit there and run it and get that cam set in before we really try to start it. Got to get the tires on the wheels for the El Caballero, but I got to get the wheels painted first. So, still waiting on that. Got me an old bookcase out of my house. I finally put all the books away since we're reading everything electronically now. And using this for my my toolkits. Old Delbert, God bless him, he brought me a bunch of stuff that he had in his garage that I will be using here. The plastic trays, the tins. Oh, that's just a godsend for keeping parts. And there's the case for the 700 R4. I got to get that thing cleaned up too. Oh, let's see, what else can we show you? And here's a video that's going to be coming up within the next week or so. This is a sponsored one from Speelab. They sent me some exhaust cutouts, and I have got a wild idea to do with these, but you're going to have to wait until I start doing the exhaust on the Caballero. But these right here will have their own video coming real soon. And I want to tell you, look at the welds on that. Isn't that beautiful? Well, if anybody recognizes this thing, yes, you were right. This is Monkey Wrench Mike's car. He has made a deal with me for me to sand down and paint the roof of this. And it's going to take a little longer than I first thought because I'm going to have to deal with this, so I'm going to have to blend right down in here. And then we got this on top of the doors. I want to try my best to get that out. We got a little bit back here, but that's really not enough to see. But up here on the roof, you can see where the clear coat is just coming off. But there isn't a dent one in this thing. I want you to look across that. I don't know how long this car's been in Oklahoma, but it ain't been here long enough for hell. So, we're going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to try and do a buff job on the sides. Make everything match up and look really good. But I'm hoping to have this thing done close to the time that they get back from Power Tour, which is coming up here in about a week. So, as long as the weather doesn't affect me too much, I should get this done. And here is what I got in payment for it. My wife has been wanting an electric trike, and he got one to review. I'm sure you've seen it on his channel. Well, this is what I'm getting for pay for painting this, which to me that's a heck of a deal. And of course, you saw this on my channel. This is going to be my bike to ride, and me and my wife can get out and go have some fun. As soon as she's get to feeling better, we are going to go enjoy ourselves. All right, if I'm looking a little damp to you, it's because it is hotter than blue blazes in here. As I said, I'm going to be getting my sleep schedule turned around to where I can be out here working in the dark, because during the daytime, there's no way I can be in here. I got my water cooler going, but even then, it's just wet, miserable. It just, unless you're just right in front of it, it just does no good. But what I am wanting to do, I'm going to give a shout out to all those who have donated so far to the Caballero. And it's a pretty good list. If I miss your name that you sent something, I am terribly sorry. Please let me know that I missed it. But John P., Robert W., Scott P., Chris B., David D., Irvin R., Chris P., Chris O., and of course Jason S. and Lawrence T. Lawrence was one of the first person to buy me something for the El Caballero. And Jason S. has told me, he said, anything I need, he'll get it, just let him know. I've been kind of slack on videos for the past month. The health problems with my wife going on. It just, many things going on around the house. I just have not been able to give my attention to it. That's going to change. I am going to do a minimum of 1 video a week. I'm going to shoot for 2. Whether I can do it or not, we'll see. But that is my goals. So if I can get switched around where I can be working out here in the dark, I should be able to get some stuff done. My health is much better than it's been in a while. But as I said, this video was shot 2.5 weeks ago from the time it's coming out. But I just want you to know that things are going well in the shop and with me, and they're going to do nothing but get better. But reading off this list of names, my Amazon list has timed out, so I have started another one. It's called El Caballero Phase 2. There are still some mechanical parts on there that I need, but this is going to be focusing more toward door seals if I need them, things that for the body, because I'm hoping I've got enough mechanical to get that wrapped up here within the next couple of months. If everything goes right, I hope to hear that thing run by September. And if I can get that thing running by September, I should have the body work and everything done on it, because there really isn't that much body work to do. On that, Jim's pickup, and that's another reason I need to get Jim's pickup over here where I can roll it out. I've got the paint booth that Jason S. bought for me that I'm going to blow up here in the shop, and it's big enough I can roll a full-size car in and have plenty of room for me and it to work. So it's 20 foot wide, 30 foot long. So that will hold a big car. So that is my goals for taking this 3 weeks off. Thank y'all so much. I can't put into words how much my subscribers mean to me, and you do, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here doing this, and it's going to do nothing but get better from here. Thank y'all for joining me. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do. I'll have that new list down in the description. Guys, thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time, Santa's Workshop.